Theo Dorsey with ESPN West Palm, and joined now by state championship winning head coach of the Suncoast Chargers, Jason Powell, who's fresh off of a trip to Jacksonville where you came back with the cars a little heavier, being weighed down by that state title trophy, man. First and foremost, man, just what y'all when y'all left for Jacksonville, you obviously had a plan. You returned and the mission was accomplished. How? How did y'all make it shake?
We just stayed the course and did what we did. We didn't change anything just because we was up in Jacksonville. We kept our same routine and just kept the guys in the flow of things.
The state final game was a little closer against Atlantic. The game before that one, was a bit of it got away from the other team pretty early on. What was the energy that y'all played like in that semifinal game, and how'd y'all carry that over into the title game to wrap it up with the championship?
Well, we were very familiar with Boca Ciega because we actually played them in the Kingdom of the Sun in Ocala during the holiday break. So it was kind of how you say, a situation in which we've seen them before and kind of knew what to expect. And we watched film on them. They didn't change much, but we just kind of approached it the same way we approached the first game.
You've how many teams, how many years of high school basketball have you coached?
18 years now.
18. How many teams have you seen that have been able to like reach the ceiling point, like when it comes to the level of play that this team reached this year?
Um, in my tenure, not many. Not many, I would say. We fell short a couple times, but this team just had something special within them. Like I was saying, talking to the guys about, they already had the chemistry. And sometimes with coaches, we're trying to build that chemistry, but they had the chemistry coming in because they all grew up playing with each other. So our job was kind of easy. It was kind of putting the X's and O's in place and making sure they understood how to play the game at a high level and just getting them to understand that, they just got to be able to just believe in themselves as a unit.
Now, as a state championship winning team, especially at the classification level that y'all did it, you usually would typically think you need a little more size than what one Suncoast sported this year. How were y'all able to get by, and what games really tested that size throughout this run?
Well, with our tallest guy being about 6'3", a lot of people did count us out at the beginning of the season because they just felt we wasn't tall enough, big enough, or however you want to put it. But those guys had big hearts. And we made them believe that size didn't matter as long as they played through their defense and just understood how physical the game could be and just doing the little things like boxing out and taking charges and things of those sort. But we played a lot of bigs in the course of this season. We played a lot of guys 6'8", 6'9". And we kind of held our own in there. A lot of the guys did well. Anthony Gatlin, Stephon Davis, Fritz Nesbitt, they held their own down there, being that they're only about 6'3", 6'2".
And when you have that size disadvantage, if you will, y'all obviously made up for it with some of the defensive prowess and, getting up under guys and making them uncomfortable. Is that like, you obviously had a lot of these tough games throughout the schedule. Is that something y'all just got better at throughout the year? Is it something got more comfortable with? Or because you did say they've been playing together for a while, where they kind of used to being able to make up for it?
Well, we started out kind of slow. We opened the season up, I know, against Palm Beach Central. We only won that one by 4 points. They were a pretty big team, but as the season, like you say, continued to go on, we actually started getting better. The chemistry started getting stronger. They started to understand the philosophy and what we wanted them to believe in, and just that size doesn't really matter. It's just all about how big the heart is.
What was that trip like back when y'all, because it's a long drive to Jacksonville, and the drive back has to feel shorter when you're on an all-time high like that.
Listen, no, that drive was long, kid. It was long. Boy. We were trying to get back to Palm Beach. We did stay over Friday, Thursday night. And we ended up coming back Friday. We celebrated. We enjoyed the moment. So yeah, it still was a long trip back home because we were eager to get back here.
How many returners you got off this team?
The question of the hour. I have about five, I would say. So we're graduating nine.
So you're a lot of a senior laden team, but you do have some coming back. Do they how much was that kind of weighing on their mind? Because you said you've had teams that have reached similar peaks in the past, but just might have had one or two missteps along the way, maybe back when it was in Lakeland or whatnot. What was it about this team that where those things didn't happen? Because you played a Stranahan team that had gotten you in the district tournament.
Right. Um, just understanding we had depth. Just understanding that we have been battle tested all season from start to finish. So that is what helped us down the stretch. I mean, when we got in the playoffs, it wasn't nothing we haven't seen before. Like we've seen bigs, we've seen good guard play, we've seen good shooters, we've seen good teams that play strong defense. So we pretty much seen everything. So when it got around the playoffs, it wasn't nothing that could surprise us at this point.
Right. And in the state title game, you won that one against the Atlantic 85-62. Again, Boca Siga, you got them by about 30 points. You had an overtime game there against Stranahan, just 21 days removed from them getting y'all by 1 point in the districts there. How was that second game different? They both were close and tightly contested games, but how were y'all able to edge them out in the second one versus the first time around?
Well, the first one, I would say we didn't play them. We didn't know what to expect. Um, the second one, we missed 22 free throws. I mean, because it could have got a little, it could have been a little bit bigger than that, but we ended up missing 22 free throws. In some games like that, you just don't know as a coach how you were able to pull that game out with missing 22 free throws. And then we did go into overtime. So, like I said, it was a lot of variables came into play, and it was just our defense down the stretch that helped us to win that game.
Historically, Suncoast has been a school that's had good basketball, that's had good hoops. How's it been 36 years since y'all have reached the mountaintop here, and what's that reaction been like? 'Cause I know people have been excited to get that crown back.
Well, I mean, honestly, a lot of people have to understand we're one of the flagship schools of the county, Palm Beach County School District. We're a high-end academic school. We're a lottery-based school. So sometimes, with that being said, we don't get the neighborhood kids. We don't get the cream of the crop, how you say, the best athletes in the county because of them having to be placed on a lottery system to get in. So, I mean, it's difficult in time, but I mean, back in the days when we had the 84, 85 banner release that we just had, those guys were a lot of guys that just came up in the area and actually played together. And then 89, 90 was the last year that we won state. Those guys were the same. They grew up in the area. They grew up in the neighborhood with each other. They played at Wells Recreation and Tate's Recreation. Those things actually mean something, and those guys were already built for that. So again, it's just a process that we have to go through, unfortunately. But this was the year that those guys came together, and we just had a good group of kids that were able to get over that hump.
You said these kids that you had this year have been playing together for a while. Is this like middle school? Is this AAU ball too? Like, how deep does this go for this unit?
It goes pretty deep. They played middle school ball together, and they also played travel ball together too. So, I mean, they got a chance to, kind of build that chemistry over time. I don't know if they play elementary rec ball together or anything like that. I can't go back that deep, but I do know they play. A lot of them played middle school and travel ball together.
What's one of I know you get the trophy that goes in Suncoast. Like where do all of the things go? You get a medal, all the players get a medal. I've always wondered with these state championships, you
Right?
might
Well,
get
right
rings printed.
here.
Right, right. Where's the trophy sitting at? Like where's all the hardware getting disseminated to?
So right now we're on spring break. So we do have a trophy case in our front of our gym lobby that probably most likely the trophy will go into after it has been released from being in the front office. We'll end up putting it in the front office. We'll have a banner up in the gym. We supposed to have a parade coming back once we get back in the school. See, we're on spring break now, so it kind of fell kind of weird so
Mm.
that we're not doubling right back in the school. We have this week off and then we'll resume back next week. So it's kind of awkward week in between, but I'm hoping the guys still keep that high going and next week we'll be able to celebrate this thing together.
Yeah, you get the parade in, you'll have the trophy up there, and again, what was the message you kind of gave those kids afterwards? Because it's sometimes hard to get, especially high school age kids, to realize how great of an accomplishment they just got done doing. Because they're younger, they have a little bit less perspective than you might have. What was the message to them to make sure they soaked in this moment?
Well, I mean, having that banner reveal at the beginning of the year with those older guys that actually won back in 84 and 85, that was a moment that they got a chance to see how these guys came back together later. Years later, they came back together and celebrated this moment together. And I would have tell them, look, this is a brotherhood that you can't break at this point. You guys share something special together that you can never, never, ever, ever let go. And that's one of those things I wanted them to understand how special it was going into that game that we've been a brotherhood all year and we're going to continue to be that even years down the line when they come back and celebrate this and see that banner still hanging up in the gym.
That's incredible. So that banner reveal thing happened at the start of this season.
Yes. Yes.
Got you.
It was a
Got you.
big banner reveal. They put the banner up, had all the names on it. the speaker, the mayor, everybody was there. Those guys got a chance to speak to our guys that were in attendance, along with the media and everybody that was there. And one of our guys got up and told how inspirational this was for them, and that this would help them in their journey to actually repeat and do the same thing that those guys did. Aaron Horton was actually that kid.
Aaron Horton was that kid, and how did he do out in Jacksonville?
Oh man, he had a phenomenal year, man. I mean, I'm so proud of that kid. He has been a defensive like stopper in regards to anybody that we put him up against. He was the motor of the team in regards to us being on defense. But we had a collective group of guards that were just special and a collective team. And my coaching staff, I can't take anything away from it. Like honestly, I feel I have one of the best coaching staffs in the county with Marquis James coming over from Palm Beach Lakes, being a former head coach. Bobby Oliver coming over from Palm Beach Guards, being a former head coach. Um, uh, Coach Granger, Pastor Granger, just coming in with his wisdom. Coach Carrington being a Lake Worth Pride travel coach. He's been coaching for years. I have Jacoby Harris, one of the best trainers in the county, in my opinion. He's also the coach of Harris Athletics. So, I mean, I have a well-rounded staff here that has helped me to get over this hump and try to take a load off myself.
Yeah, and then you have the staff. You obviously had the athletes that came together, that knew each other and played well together. And then why this year for the banner reveal? Because is it because of the anniversary year, or how did that come into play? Because it feels like that almost made it like a perfect full circle.
Listen, it's a storybook moment, man, to be honest with you, because like it just Sean Pittman, who's a heavy hitter up in the Tallahassee area, he actually put it together because they never really had a banner that was put up in the gym. So he actually orchestrated everything. And I don't know why he chose this year. I don't know. It's just crazy how it happened because it wasn't no anniversary. It was just a banner needed to be put up, and it just motivated us to actually do the same thing that those guys did.
Do you think y'all get the title if that, the butterfly effect? If that doesn't happen, do you think y'all reach the mountaintop that y'all did?
I think we do. I mean, I gotta give props to what props do, man. This team was special, man. This is probably one of my best teams because just the talent level itself and just the will to win, just the grit and the tenacity that they actually possess within them, man. It was just a special moment and just a special season for all of us.
Well, 25 plus wins and a state title later. Suncoast now going to be the defending state champions, and we look forward to seeing y'all start that defense. I'm sure you already got them, training and working out and and getting ready for next year already.
No, I ain't gonna say that, kid. I'm enjoying this moment right
Yeah,
now.
there we go. I like
Yes,
that. I appreciate
yes,
that.
yes,
Uh,
yes.
Coach Powell, man, I appreciate the time. Congratulations again on the championship, and we look forward to seeing what Suncoast has in the near future.
I appreciate you and all you have done for the county, man. You're a special guy, man, and keep doing what you do for these kids and just for everything that's going on in our county right now.
Man, that's all you. You're the one doing it. I'm just highlighting. So I appreciate you, Doc.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure.